I had an idea and I don't think I hit it, but I don't want to let trying to make something perfect stop me from putting something out and sharing it. And for all I know, I'll learn something from it. So here goes.
I want to speak about a friend of mine who died several years ago. His name is Bill Malcolm. I'm Ron Prue, and this is the Ronno Report. When I was in high school, I had a really close friend named Bill, and he and I had a lot of things in common. He was a musician. He played really killer blues harmonica, and he loved radio. He wanted to be in radio. He had a voice for radio, and we got our hands on a sound-on-sound tape deck, and we used to make these recordings where I would play keyboards and he would play blues harmonica, and we would just jam for like 20 minutes, and then we would play it back and he'd listen to it and speak over top of it as if we were in a bar. And they were very funny. Well, we thought they were. I have those tapes somewhere, I'm not sure where, but they're quite unique. Bill went on to broadcasting. He went on to work for Seahow in Welland, Ontario, where the thing he told me was the program director there wouldn't play any songs that had saxophone in them. Well, in the early 70s and mid 70s, you had so many songs with saxophone solos, whether it was Just the Way You Are or you name it, Baker Street. There was a lot of saxophone. It was quite funny. Anyways, we hung out now and then. One night when I was living in the Annex in Toronto, we went to the Brunswick House. And if you know Toronto of the time, the Brunswick House was a place that was pretty rowdy. And so we thought, we're going to go up to the jam stage because there was a stage and you could jam. Well, I played some blues thing and he played his harmonica and sang, and we ripped the place apart, man. Big standing ovation, and like they wanted more. So we didn't have a second song. So we're like, well, let's do the same song again. So we did the same song a second time, and they kind of booed us off stage. So it went from being heroes to zeros in 4 minutes, and we learned a big lesson, which is you need to follow up. Anyway, nobody loved smoking in those days as much as Bill and I did, and we smoked a lot together. And I smoked all the way up to 2012. I finally quit. And I went to see Bill along with my friend Nick in around 2015 or so. And Bill was still a smoker, a heavy smoker. I was like, Bill, you got to quit, man. He goes, yeah. And I said, come on, really, you got to quit. And we left worried about him. Well, Bill died of lung cancer 2 years later in 2017. He was 60 years old, a happy guy, had a great marriage, such a lovable dude. I miss Bill. And I didn't have an opportunity in my lifetime to publicly sort of proclaim my love for him and my respect for him and my just general admiration for who he was as a human. And I feel like we don't have these opportunities in our lives very often. We have birthday parties and we have Christmas and we have Mother's Day and Father's Day and these kinds of things, of course. But mostly what I notice is that people that we know are dying. And once they die, we say things like, they're such a good guy. And they tell you a story about how come they're so good, how come they're well loved. And I'm like, man, I wish the person was here for this. And so it's occurred to me, wouldn't it be great to fet people while they're alive rather than once they've passed? Is there a future in this kind of thing? Imagine how we could say, it's Jim's day today, and let's all just say Jim's great. I know it'd be a little embarrassing, but I just feel badly that we're waiting until people are dead to kind of turn to each other and go, wow, aren't they great? If anyone wants to help me do something like that, I'm interested in it. Anyway, I really miss Bill Malcolm. For the Ronno Report, I'm Ron Prue. Peace out.